Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, why now might be the best time to start a New Year's resolution.
Also a hat controversy and more on the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Good day. Welcome to Tuesday on the show. Hello, Isaiah.
Hello.
Would you like to create your own Whopper? Would you like to have it your way?
I'm not even sure what that means. You want to make a burger at home?
No, you got to make a burger, a Whopper sandwich online for your chance to win $1 million.
What do you mean by like a Whopper? A Whopper sandwich isn't like this special sandwich.
What do you mean? It's a Burger King Whopper sandwich.
Which is just like a hamburger.
Yeah.
With some toppings on it.
It's a big Whopper, and it's a big burger. It's flame broiled. Remember that.
It's like the most standard hamburger.
So what would you do?
There's onions, tomatoes, lettuce, pickles, ketchup.
They should make a song about that. All the ingredients.
There's nothing special about it, except for that sesame seed bun.
Burger King. This is what I'm asking, and this is what Burger King is asking. They want you to make a Whopper special. They've got $1 million Whopper contest started yesterday, and what you do is you go online, bk.com/MDW, stands for $1 Million Whopper. And then you are supposed to create your own Whopper sandwich. Obviously, it's got to have a burger patty on there. It's got to have the bun. But after that, it's up to you. And they're going to choose 3 people that get to come to Miami and perfect their creation and for the chance to win $1 million.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So what would you put on your Whopper sandwich? No peanuts, no crustacean shellfish.
See, I'm seeing on here. So people, it's just a make your own burger.
Yeah.
Got it.
Make your own Whopper.
So I'm seeing here all kinds of crazy entries. Mine would not be very crazy.
It wouldn't be that crazy.
Mine would just add like bacon and onion rings, barbecue sauce on the side. That's how I like it.
It sounds like, I think they call that the rodeo burger.
It is. They're called the rodeo burger.
Yeah. You have to create something that's not already on the menu.
See, but that's what I prefer. So I'm not going to just make something wild that doesn't stand by what I like.
There's not even...
Because what if they add it to the menu and then I have to eat it?
You don't have to eat anything.
You don't think that if I win this $1 million contest, they're going to have a commercial or something? Or some sort of advertising with me taking a bite out of my burger?
You can't take one bite out of it for $1 million.
That's why I want to make something that I like. Is that so wrong? Maybe I put a little bit of pulled pork on there too.
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're thinking outside of the box. I'll tell you what I would do. Spaghetti noodles and tomato sauce and Parmesan cheese. Make it a spaghetti burger. Nobody else is doing that.
Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah.
That's the wildest burger I've ever heard.
You got to think outside the box. I'm going to go make that right now on the website, and I'm going to have $1 million one day.
This one is it's like a green bean burger.
Ugh.
That's got to be the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you thought mine was bad. Green beans. What is this, Thanksgiving? Come on. Not going to win any $1 million with that idea. All right, bk.com/MDW if you want to make your burger. Or just text it to us at 8772 Radio. You will enter it for you.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
Since it is National Frozen Yogurt Day, and Isaiah has your question.
The question is, Sakura. I'm not even sure I'm saying it right, but I'm going to go with Sakura. Was the first ever black frozen yogurt flavor. The black color came from a naturally activated charcoal. What flavor is Sakura?
You want to spell that for us?
Sakura.
Yeah, I mean, how else would you say it?
Sakura.
Sakura. I just feel for some reason that it must be flavored coconut.
Coconut.
Yep.
Some of the guesses in. Susanna guessed lavender. Regina guessed what I thought many people would guess, which is blackberry.
Mm.
The correct answer, cherry. It's a cherry blossom flavor.
Is it Japanese?
Sounds Japanese,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
they love flavoring stuff, cherry blossoms.
Let's do rapid fire. There was yogurt for a long time, but frozen yogurt didn't come about till the 1970s when an entrepreneur figured out how to freeze it. What was his name?
Devin Biltnick.
H.P. Hood figured out Frogurt, obviously.
Yeah.
What about this? Launched in Little Rock, Arkansas, the first ever TCBY, which is very popular in yogurt circles.
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Yogurt circles. Thanks. Could buy yogurt.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Well, in the beginning, it stood for This Can't Be Yogurt.
Ooh.
But now it stands for The Country's Best Yogurt.
Why did they change it?
I don't know. How about this one? There's a popular Patrick Bateman movie.
Who?
Patrick Bateman.
Who's that?
He's in, you're about to get there. where somebody eats a pint of Yogan Fruz on the couch, and then that same Yogan Fruz is shown in the freezer with a severed head. What movie is this?
I cheated. I looked it up.
Nice.
Because Patrick Bateman is the main character in American Psycho. I knew as soon as I saw the picture. It's Christian Bale.
Yeah, you think I'm going to say Christian Bale? That's why I said Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, but Patrick Bateman is the character for the movie.
Exactly. I thought you'd be able to get it. I was trying to help you. I was trying to give you a hint.
Yeah, I've never seen American Psycho.
So then you have no idea who Patrick Bateman is.
Just seen all the memes from it.
You probably thought I meant Jason Bateman.
Yeah, no, I didn't know who you meant.
But you figured it out the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
By cheating.
Happy National Frozen Yogurt Day. Enjoy a nice cup of frozen yogurt with all the toppings.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Do you carry a wallet everywhere you go?
I have a wallet on me.
Uh-huh.
Do I have a wallet on me right now? No.
Where is it?
Why would I need a wallet at work? I'm not telling you where my wallet is. What are you, crazy? You're going to try to steal it. Or a listener will.
Yeah, that's right. A listener might.
No, I don't have my wallet on me. But I do usually sometimes carry a wallet. Only sometimes, though.
Only sometimes.
Yeah, if I'm going to Kroger, I'm not carrying a wallet. A bunch of stores, I'm not carrying a wallet.
Do you realize that carrying a wallet is starting about now going to make us seem old?
Why so?
Well, you think about it. What's in your wallet?
Money?
Uh-huh. Like cash?
Could be cash, could be my card, could be my ID.
Uh-huh.
Important things.
You think about the stuff that's in your wallet, just about all of it could be kept on your phone.
I do that too.
Yeah,
and
you do.
it's
You
elite.
do that. So this is what, younger and younger people are growing up with, not really having a necessity for a wallet, because all the typical things you would carry in a wallet can usually be just digitized, put on your phone. So why would you carry an extra thing around? So kind of, I feel like the same way that we would see our dad's wallet and be like, look at that thick, big old thing. Why do you need all that in there? People younger than us that have grown up just always having a phone are going to be going, why do you need a wallet at all? Everything that you have in that wallet could be on your phone.
I've kind of already transitioned over to that.
Yeah. You do all the cards on your phone?
I do.
My phone doesn't it doesn't let me do that.
You don't have an Apple wallet? Oh yeah, you don't have an iPhone.
No, I don't have an iPhone.
Oh, it's incredible. It's
Is that-
life-changing.
Yeah.
Because I just walk. I know for a fact that every Kroger in the area that I live all have Apple Pay.
Yeah.
So when I walk into Kroger, I know that I don't need it. And so I just walk on my phone.
That's fairly recent, isn't it?
That they got them?
Yeah.
In the past couple months.
Because I like using the tap to pay.
Yeah, it's new at
I
Kroger.
prefer that, but I know that Kroger was like the
last one.
place. Like
Yeah.
Dollar General had tap to pay before our Kroger's did, and so
And now they have it. So everywhere has it now.
yeah,
And I can't even think. This is what's
Mhm.
crazy. I can't even think of the last time that I got my card out at anywhere to pay because I use Apple Pay every single time.
yeah, that makes sense. I guess and you think about it too. This conversation has got to be wildly different depending on where you live. Because if you live out in the country somewhere where like my siblings do, there's probably myriad places that they go that do not have the tap to pay or the Apple Pay capabilities still. But anywhere near a city, you're probably going to have that. So I don't know. But yeah, it's something to think about if you want to stick with the times. Time to transition off of that wallet and go fully digital. And then I don't know, that's good anyways, right? It's not carrying cash. That's a mistake at this point.
I would say that just carrying your wallet in general just makes no sense rather than carrying it on your phone.
Yeah. You're right. I have a tradition, but I do have my ID in my wallet, and I don't even know if we're able to not do that.
I think you can put it on your phone.
If that's illegal, I mean.
But that is the main reason that I would carry my wallet on me.
Yeah.
Is to have my ID in there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as my cards go, I have them all on my phone.
And
then if you steal my phone, you still can't get my cards.
Yeah.
It's a face ID, baby, unless you look like me.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
New Year's resolutions, they're upon us. And you might be thinking, I've already given mine up. Hudson, a New Year's resolution check-in. How are you doing?
It's funny you mention it. Do you remember what my New Year's resolution was?
Of course I do.
What was it?
You wanted to smell better. So far, you're failing.
That was one of them. Right now, I smell like vitamin C tablets.
You do smell good this morning. That new lotion you're using.
My New Year's resolution was it was vague. It was to be better with money. But I actually wanted.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I wanted to save some money. I'm not good. Are you good at actually like having money in savings?
In savings?
Yeah.
I have money in savings,
The emergency savings.
Yeah. I've got that, yeah.
You must be good at not having emergencies then.
I don't have emergencies, no.
I right now, I'm feeling pretty good about a month in on my resolution.
You've been saving.
Yeah, but it's not exactly, I don't think it's fair because I haven't had an emergency yet this year. And
I don't even know what that means.
Also, additionally, actually, wait, did I? Was that this year? Either way, I'm good because I also got I've already done my tax. I got my tax refund.
Oh, so you're saying you've saved that extra money that you got.
Yeah, that's right. And so
you
I'm
haven't
good.
been saving paycheck to paycheck, but once you got that tax.
I mean, just the savings looks better because of that. But actually, now that I think about it, I think my car stuff was earlier this year. It was after Christmas.
I think it was too.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't that long ago. So, yeah, so now, but since then, after that drained everything, now I'm good with the tax refund. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Uh-huh.
For me, I had a couple of different goals. A couple of them I've been doing. But which one of them is trying to save? I have not been doing so hot with that. I went on a trip earlier.
I've got some of my tax return. You want some?
I would love some.
Yeah.
I need my tax return. And the other one that I really want to do, I wanted to sort of like tracking my calories and things like that.
Yeah.
I did not do that in January. But right now is the time to kickstart your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
This is the reminder. What is it, February 6th?
Yeah.
This is the perfect time to get it going again. Because a lot of people, when they start 2023 or 2024 or 2025, whatever year it is, they start their New Year's resolutions, and then like a month in, they just give up.
Yeah. I don't think most people make it a month.
No, they don't make it a month. They make it like 3 weeks, and then they just say, I didn't do it, which is crazy talk.
Yeah.
A crazy thing to do, because realistically, you have the whole year ahead of you that you can make it happen. Like if you didn't do something for 1 month, if you did it the following 11 months, you would still accomplish the goals that you wanted to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And that same thing is just like a relationship with God. Because just because you haven't talked to God in a couple weeks or God in a couple months or even a couple years, it doesn't mean you just throw your whole relationship with God away. He's ready to help you restart that relationship. He's ready to kickstart it with you. But all you have to do is say, hey, God, we haven't talked in a while. People get so caught up in being God's favorite, and I haven't talked to God, so God's mad at me. I haven't seen him in months, or I haven't prayed in years, or whatever it is, and they're afraid to go back to God. But he's there waiting for you. All you have to do is say, hey, God, I want to start this relationship up again. I want to get this resolution going again because I was bad in January, but February is my month, and we can still make this thing happen this year. But if you just give up because the past couple of weeks you weren't that good, or the past couple months you weren't doing so hot, it just takes away the whole year, and that's not what you want to do. You can go to God at RadioU.com/free gift.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Some new research from Canada. Amy Muse of York University. She's the director of their Sexual Health and Relationship Lab. She believes that the love languages that we've all been taught and know so well, she believes they're a lie. The love languages, of course, developed years ago as words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. She says in her research, what she found was, although the love languages are traditionally pitted against each other, as in like you can only have one, or at least one that's your primary, right? She found that when you ask people to rate themselves in each of the different love languages, what actually speaks to them and how they feel that they interact with others, they rate them all highly. And so it's actually not very helpful to just focus on one. You buy in her pushback on the love languages?
I mean, what she's saying is accurate because the love languages are all the important things that you need to have a strong relationship. So, Amy, you are correct. Words of affirmation. No matter who you are, you like it when people say nice things about you. It's a high thing you would rank.
Yeah.
Quality time. You probably want to spend time with your significant other. You probably rank that highly. Acts of service. When your partner does things for you, that's nice. I'd rank that highly. Same as physical touch.
Yeah.
You probably like hugs. You probably like kisses, things like that. Receiving gifts. Who doesn't love a good gift? I'm sure that they would rank a lot of these highly.
Yeah.
People aren't saying they don't like all these things.
Yeah.
But I usually use the love languages as just another way when you first start dating your partner to kind of tell them, oh, I really like this one. I'm not saying that I don't like spending time with you or I don't like it when you say nice things to me, but I do really like it when you do things for me. That's my favorite.
Acts of service.
Acts of service is my thing.
You're an acts of service guy.
Always have been.
But in the research, she says, this is Professor Amy Muse of York University. She says that she understands why it's popular because it's just something pretty straightforward that people can grab onto, and it can help you understand yourself and your partner. But she suggests that love is not a language you need to learn to speak, but more of compared to a nutritionally balanced meal. You need some of everything. You can't only have acts of service. You can't only eat potatoes. You need potatoes and green beans and steak. You need acts of service and words of affirmation and the other three is how she would put it.
I think that Amy is making good points here. I would say, yes, Amy, you can't just tell your relationship, your spouse, that you love them. You also have to spend time with them. I don't think anybody's arguing with her on that.
I feel that the way I understood the love languages is that knowing that yours is acts of service, that then even if mine supposedly isn't acts of service, if I'm a words of affirmation, I don't know what mine is, but then I would have to, if I wanted to really make you happy and show you that I love you, I have to do acts of service, even though that's not normal for me.
See, I would say it's just a way that people try to get to know each other better in the beginning.
Yeah. But it makes sense that you should focus on all 5. You might change your opinion on Amy here because she also says in her research, the old saying, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
She does, in her research, she found that's not true. She's found that it's happy spouse, happy house.
Because
I like that. I like that. How about me? How about the husband? How about my needs?
She said that just because the wife is happy, if the husband isn't happy too, guess what? Not a good relationship. Amy is just breaking things. You can't just spend time with someone. You have to tell them you love them too. You can't just do one. You have to do all 5. I mean, groundbreaking from Amy.
Yeah.
I hope she makes the big bucks because goodness gracious, you're telling me both people in the relationship about to be happy? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She should write a book or something.
I think she's taking things a little too literally for just some things that are supposed to just be helpful. But that's how it goes.
There's never been a can of worms they didn't open. The Riot, RadioU.
Isaiah, how would you respond to the comment that you and Gladden might look kind of similar?
I would say that's poppycock.
You think it's poppycock?
I think
you think he's better looking than you?
I think it's inaccurate. I think that we both have dark hair.
Yeah.
And a beard.
Yeah.
But
so
I don't think we look
and
alike.
I definitely don't look like him.
Yeah, you definitely don't. But your facial structure is a little different. Your beard's different and your hair's different. Where me and Gladden have a similar beard, hair.
Yeah.
We both kind of have that same skinny, rectangular head. You have more of an oval-shaped head.
I'm an oval?
You're an oval. I'm more of a rectangle.
People can make up their minds for themselves. You go look at the video on the RadioU Riot Facebook page and YouTube channel and see if you think Isaiah and Gladden share similar features.
He wouldn't be a bad guy to look like, though.
No, yeah. Good-looking guy. I'll tell you, though, I don't think he wore a hat when we talked to him, but he is, if you look at his Instagram and stuff, he wears hats that I could never picture you wearing.
No, I'm not a hat guy.
No. I don't know if I've ever seen you with a hat.
You never have? I've never worn one to work. I always think that if you wear a hat to work, that's kind of unprofessional.
Unprofessional?
Unprofessional.
You come here in sweatpants.
That's different than a hat.
You brought your dog to work.
That is different than a hat, all right?
Sometimes you go to the bathroom with the door open.
Different than a hat. Nobody driving to work this morning is wearing a hat. What careers can you realistically wear a hat?
I'm glad you asked. Postal worker.
They wear hats, I guess, maybe.
Protection from the sun.
You're going to be outside?
Farmer.
Farmer can wear a hat, but you're at home when you're a farmer. You're not going into a business.
Also, many fast food restaurants.
That's part of the uniform.
Yep, it is.
This is not, there's no uniform here. Maybe we should have one.
Caddy, you might wear a hat.
That's golf. I mean, everybody's wearing a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not part of the uniform here. You just wear a hat. How many times have you seen the sledgehammer in a hat?
I've
0.
never seen him in a hat.
Yes, because he's professional.
Yeah. But what about money bags?
Well, he's an engineer. That makes sense. Engineers wear hats.
Yeah. And I'm a radio star. Makes sense.
Whoa. That does not make sense.
Stars wear hats.
No, it does not make sense. If you're driving to work this morning and you're wearing a hat, please text in and tell us what your job is. Max says police, but yet again,
police,
a part of the uniform.
I would love to come in here wearing a police hat.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
It's weird how there's a whole style of hat just for police.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Nobody else would wear that
Did
hat.
they specifically design that for police? It's not like it's functional for them.
Jonathan says, I'm a mechanic and we wear hats. Yes, Jonathan, that makes sense.
That's right.
Similar to engineer.
Why does it make sense?
Mechanics wear hats. That makes sense.
Why?
Because
it doesn't have any function.
A lot of times mechanics are like in and outside a little bit. You're halfway in, halfway out.
Also,
mechanic adds up.
Hardworking, like to get their hands dirty.
Dirk, project manager for engineering firm. Hat. There it is.
Exactly.
Jonathan, engineering. Boom, hat. Max, I have a coworker who wears a hat. Max, we gotta have the job with it here. I'm just saying, if you're a hardworking man, you probably have a hat on. Oh.
Doesn't Max work for the government?
Jonathan sent in his hat. Yeah, that's a good hat. That's a good hat. I like that hat.
An
It's not what I
engineer.
expected for an engineer, but I like
Wow.
that hat.
Jonathan looked good. I'm finding is that smart people wear hats.
That's what you've come to?
Engineers, mechanics, smart. And me, smart.
I'm not opposed to hats.
Uh-huh.
I just think that there's certain
It kind
careers
of
you rock
sounds like
them
you're
with.
opposed to it.
I'm not opposed to hats. I like hats. I just think there's certain careers, like engineer, makes sense. Chris, moneybags.
Uh-huh.
Mechanic makes sense. Engineer, they make sense. Radio DJ, no.
I don't see why not.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Right now is about the time I feel you should be planning out the menu if you are, whether you're hosting a Super Bowl get-together or if you're attending one and it's kind of potluck style. You better know what you're bringing right about now, right?
You need something.
Yeah. Isaiah, are you hosting or attending?
I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
But you know,
I'm doing something.
yesterday you mentioned whether you host or attend or whatever, Hawaiian pepperoni rolls. Is that what it is?
That's what I'm bringing.
And by that, it is sweet Hawaiian rolls, not like a pepperoni roll that has pineapple. That would be
No,
that'd be
it's
wild.
like the ones that you would buy at the store to snack on.
Now, I have here the most popular Super Bowl foods across the country and state by state, and this list is wild. Not what I expect whatsoever. Because if I asked you, what do you think the most popular food on Super Bowl Sunday is, what are you thinking?
Probably like chicken wings,
Chicken wings.
pizza.
Neither somehow even in the top 5. So I don't know what kind of survey this is. The number 1 most popular Super Bowl food in the United States, apparently, chili.
What?
Chili, the
That
number
was not what I was
one
expecting.
most popular
Chili?
Super Bowl food. According to this is done by Google search data. Chili is the top thing that people search for getting ready for the Super Bowl. And particularly you go state by state across the southern U.S., from Arizona all the way across to Florida. Just about every state is a chili fan.
Yeah, I'm not for that.
Number 2 on the list, buffalo chicken dip.
Just like that, we're back. That makes sense. I could see being number 1.
That is the go-to for much of the Midwest, including RadioU Ohio, and all the way up into the Northeast, just about every state between Minnesota and Maine, and all the way down to like Kentucky, going with buffalo chicken dip.
It does add up because when people say what's the most popular food, you would think like chicken wings, pizza.
Yeah.
But those are also entrees. So like my party might do chicken wings, yours might do pizza, another one might do something else, but
true.
every is going to have buffalo chicken
Yeah,
dip.
right.
Or I guess in the South, chili.
Chili, yeah.
That's what they bring as like a side. But like the party's going to have that at it. Will your party have pizza or chicken wings or another entree, maybe a smoked brisket? If your friends get like that, that would be more split up because that's the big meal.
Rounding out the top 5 of most popular Super Bowl foods in the country, guacamole, number 3. I love this. Pigs in a blanket, number 4.
Ooh, pigs in a blanket of fire.
Maybe. You know, we're doing our menu. I might have to put pigs in a blanket. I might have to make that a little addition.
I made pigs in a blanket for Thanksgiving, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I made some like homemade ones,
Yeah,
real good.
So good.
Real good recipe on that one.
And then spinach artichoke dip. What's on your Super Bowl menu? Why don't you open up the Riot Hotline?
877-2-RADIO-U.
I think I want to see what other people are making. There's some other things on this list, state by state, that shock me. And I also want to see what other people are making for their Super Bowl menu, maybe to give everybody some ideas if you're a little stumped. 877-2-RADIO-U. What's on your Super Bowl menu this year?
Hudson is the maple syrup, and Isaiah is the power protein flapjack. This is The Riot on Radio U.
The top most popular Super Bowl foods, according to Google search data, coming in at number 1 was chili, much to Isaiah's shock. Sybil texted in. Sybil said, "My husband always makes Hormel chili dip with cream cheese."
Yummy.
That sounds pretty good. That's like a mix. That's like the best of both worlds. Chili and kind of like buffalo chicken dip.
And cream cheese.
And cream cheese. Gotta love it. We also heard from Philip, who says, I'm in South Georgia, and we love some chili, but I've never seen it on a Super Bowl menu. That included chili. That's what the data showed, that the South, every state by state you go across the South, chili is the top Super Bowl food. He also says every time for his Super Bowl menu, they prioritize convenience and lack of mess, which means pigs in a blanket are perfect for that. Also chiming in on the pigs in a blanket, Regina, who says that Target has some Parmesan pigs in a blanket in the frozen section that are fire. Isaiah, when you make pigs in a blanket, do you do it from scratch or do you get the frozen version?
Last time I did it from scratch.
I'm trying to think. Do you do full-size pigs in a blanket or tiny ones?
What I did actually is I buy like a sausage link, hot dog, brat, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I slice that up.
Okay.
And so it's little mini ones.
That's a good way to do it.
That's how I make them.
When my mom would make pigs in a blanket, her routine was the full-size hot dogs.
Yep.
Full-size croissants.
Whoa.
Like Pillsbury, like from the tube. And then cheese inside. That's the key.
That's what I did too.
That's the secret, is the cheese.
Interesting. Now, what kind of cheese? She did like a regular cheese?
Yeah, just like American or something
See,
like that. Something real melty.
I did cream cheese inside.
Oh, I like that too.
But it's good, real good. But I have the little ones. I don't do the big ones. I like also in that text that Philip sent.
Yeah.
He also said he was talking about the convenience versus mess. He said dips, but they have to be thicker dips. If you just do salsa, it's going to get everywhere. I like the way you're thinking. And queso is better than salsa anyway.
Queso is better than salsa, but I can't say that I've had that issue.
A mess? Oh, it's always a mess.
Salsa mess?
You must not host. Oh, jeez. People will just wreck your house. Philip knows.
I host, but I don't clean up. Susanna says she's going to make chili for the Super Bowl just because you're annoyed by its popularity.
It's wild. I don't know why people are picking chili. It's
and
crazy.
Philip, a different Philip, must be trolling. We'll call him Phil. He says he's going to have turkey on the Super Bowl menu.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey sounds good.
You know, when everybody else zigs, Philip zags. This Philip. The other thing that bothered me, though, that I cannot endorse from the state-by-state popular Super Bowl foods is that while stereotypical chili is popular throughout the South, the Great Plains all seem to endorse white chicken chili as their most popular Super Bowl food, which I cannot get behind. White chicken chili, how do you feel about that?
I don't even know what that is.
Don't find out. It's no good. North Dakota, Kansas, Nebraska, what are you doing? White chicken chili? That's not good for the Super Bowl. That's not good any time of year.
Realistically, at the Super Bowl, you just need all of the good appetizers. I'm talking loaded potato skins. I'm talking sliders. I'm talking queso. Bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Somebody bring some fried pickles or mac and cheese bites. Just call it game. And also, at the Super Bowl, one of the few times that you can have a party and you don't necessarily have to have a good dessert. I could do the appetizers the whole time.
That's true.
I don't really need a cookie at the Super Bowl.
If the
I could
queso-
do the loaded potato skins all night long.
Yeah, if the queso is good enough, that is dessert to me.
Precisely. And
So
you're
you're-
eating that the whole game.
You're saying, I imagine you going to the grocery store and just going to the frozen section and just like swinging your arm and just knocking all the stuff off the shelves into your cart.
All the good
That's
stuff.
what it sounds like if you were to host the Super Bowl party. And you know what? That's not a bad idea.
You don't always have to agree with Isaiah to always disagree with Hudson. The Riot. Radio U.
Going to Disney World has become so much of a problem. Disney World, Disneyland, it's so complicated that some people are now paying ahead of time to take classes over Zoom on how to maximize your Disney trip and do it properly. People are willing to add that on top of all the Disney costs that go with that. They're also, like, for example, concierge travel planner Kristen Andrade of Pittsburgh offers a remote college class style Zoom tutorial on Disney planning. Only $39. That's actually a steal of a deal. when was the last time you went to Disney World?
I believe I was in 5th grade.
Did your mom do this? Did she like buy a bunch of books on it or anything like that? Your mom, your dad?
Not that I know of, but I would have no idea.
You wouldn't remember that?
I'm going to go with no.
Because
and then if she did, she can text me.
I remember my mom when we went to Disney World. When
She
I was a kid.
didn't.
She did. She would buy
No,
like
she
books.
didn't.
Yeah, uh-huh.
To get her ready?
Yeah. I think she did that maybe like the first time or two. We maybe I'm showing my privilege here, but we went to Disney like 3 times. So by the third
money
time,
bags, money bags,
by the third time,
money bags.
by the third time, I think she'd mastered it. She'd figured it out. But I definitely remember. And then she kind of made a little game out of it though, where it was like it's not just her studying and planning. It was also like she would bring us into it as the kids and get us all hyped too by studying. And so you can still do that. There are books, and this probably goes back as just about as long as Disney World has been a thing. Books you can buy that are like meant to get you all mapped out and ready to go for the trip. But now you can also pay to take different classes as well to make sure that you kind of maximize your trip, get the most bang for your buck, and hopefully help you not overspend while you're there too, because that's something that I'm sure, even though I haven't been in adulthood as where I've been tightening the purse strings, I'm still sure that it's easy to let things get out of hand when you get to Disney.
And it seems, and they talk about too, like the trip planners for Disney.
Mhm.
They've had people call them crying because of how stressed out they are because they feel like they are maximizing their trip
Yeah.
because of all the things they didn't know. But I feel like if you're going to Disney, and I know this is hard to do,
Mhm.
but if you're going to Disney, you can't be all stressed out like that. That's no fun at all.
You think over planning
I think
can
that
be
if you think you're not getting enough out of your trip, I promise you are,
Mhm.
because your little child who's like 7 or 8 years old,
Mhm.
because I know for a fact, I went to Disney when I was like 10.
Yeah.
I remember like one thing. So if as long as you do one thing,
Uh-huh.
they'll remember that. And that's about all they're going to remember. Because I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
I remember riding one ride, I think, and I don't even know what it's called, but I remember going on it. And that's all I remember from going to Disney, and I'm sure we were there for like 3 days.
Yeah.
So if you feel as if you aren't maximizing it, don't make it so stressful on yourself. The most important thing is that you took them.
It's probably true too. If you're going to Disney World, most people going with kids, and so you can plan all you want, but once you get there with a 7-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 3-year-old, guess what? Your plans, I'm gonna guess, probably go out the window.
Take a lot of photos.
I'm gonna guess all the plans my mom made when she had us 3 or 4, depending on the trip, little children. We probably derailed a lot of the ideas because we had to go to the bathroom or we were thirsty or whatever. And then if you're going as an adult, probably much easier. If you're going as an adult, like without kids, 1, weird. 2, probably a little easier to maximize your trip because you're grown-ups.
Dee said, when we lived in Florida, sometimes we had passes, but we learned how to go about Disney by talking to other people. Now there's Facebook groups, and they're free.
Oh, that's probably smarter.
It's a good idea.
That's wise.
a good tip, D.
Wise from D.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
We had Tim chiming in who says his was cutting off his hair and his beard, although it's debatable because he says his girlfriend doesn't like it. But for him, he says the hair and the beard being gone, big upgrade.
I feel like the ladies always like the beard.
Many do.
At least when you start dating a guy and he has a beard,
Uh-huh.
usually they don't want you to shave it for some odd reason.
Yeah.
I also, with the many of these,
Uh-huh.
I'd love to have before and after photos so I could make a judgment for myself.
That would
Like
be
Jessica,
good.
she says bangs.
Jessica,
Laughing faces.
pro bangs. You got the bang.
That's why we need the before and after
Yeah.
photos. I got to see these bangs.
I don't think that's something that I am necessarily going to try. TJ says beard. I guess he went with the beard, so he did the opposite of Tim. Said that was a big upgrade. I think for a lot of people, a lot of guys, once you finally, because some guys like growing up, the beard comes in real patchy, real uneven, or it's itchy, and it's just hard to ever get that first full beard in. But then once you get it, That it does. It's a big upgrade. Philip says, talking about how I have worn polos. He also says that he likes to wear polos, and what made the world of difference for him was adding zip-up vests in cold weather. So you can still go with the polo, and then also pair the zip-up vest with it. Ooh. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if I'm a vest wearer.
Come on.
Do you think I'm a vest wearer?
I think you could be if you tried it out. I've got a vest that I wear from time to time when it's cold out. TJ says I wouldn't be married or allowed in public without my beard. Yep, see, that's where many of us are at. Jessica also did give us an update on the bangs. Bangs look good. She did send in the photo.
Oh, yeah, some nice bangs there.
Everybody can't pull off bangs.
No, but I can't picture Jessica now without bangs.
Without bangs, exactly.
Yeah. Just don't know if that
Not everyone can pull off the bangs. I know some people who can. There's been some times where I've seen some bang mishaps as well.
Alex says beards and mustaches are just makeup for men.
I've said that for a long time.
Yeah, that's totally true. Let's see. Regina says finding the right makeup for me and knowing how to apply it is the biggest upgrade for her. Let's get to mine. Let's get to me. Yeah.
Okay, we've all
enough
been
about
waiting.
Everybody else.
We've all been waiting.
Me. The best thing I ever did is when I made the switch full time from glasses to contacts.
Oh,
yeah.
I've never seen you with glasses on.
Yeah, for good reason. And
you had the wire ones, didn't you?
It's not the wire ones.
Yeah, you had like the thin ones, right?
I did when I was growing up.
Did.
I did, but now, like, that's not even viable for me because my lenses, I have such bad eyesight, my lens would be so thick that it would just be very obvious if I had the wire glasses. And so I do have to do the thicker frames, which is fine. And I'm not even anti-glasses. I think some people can really pull off the glasses. In fact,
I like glasses on people.
I think if I could wear normal glasses that had normal lenses, I don't think that would look so bad on me. But the sheer thickness that the lenses have to be for me means that contacts are the only way to go. And so that is the biggest upgrade in my life that I have made. Also, I think having longer hair and a beard versus how when I was growing up, I couldn't grow a beard and I was buzzed. That was not.
Oh, your mom did you so dirty, huh?
Looking back at those pictures, not great.
I always was buzzed too when I had short hair when I was little.
Yeah.
So probably because it's easier.
Right. Yeah, because my mom cut my hair. She wasn't taking me to a barber. Yeah. So.
Regina agrees. Same. I definitely prefer myself with contacts over glasses.
Yes.
I want to see you with glasses now.
See me or
Yeah.
Regina?
Both. I need to see both. I need to see everybody's before and afters. That's all I want to see is before and afters. For me, it's 100%. A lot of people probably would say my beard.
Yeah, I was thinking your beard.
In the past couple of years, probably my beard. Also, once you figure out good clothing, I was dressing like a menace for a while. I was wearing some wild clothing, middle school and high school.
Yeah.
And even into college, I was wearing some wildly bad
Like what?
fashion.
Like what? What were you wearing?
I don't want to say because whenever I say things are bad, people text it and say, I wear those every day. Like, that's my go-to. Those are my go-tos. And I don't want to make people feel bad. But I figured out my fashion style.
Yeah.
You don't even, and what's crazy is I only wear it on the weekend. So you haven't even get to see it.
That is, you know what? It's true though. For so many people, your fashion in middle school, that's your lowest point. That's your lowest point of fashion sense.
I was wearing wild clothing. I would never want to see.
I was wearing like
ever.
orange pants. And you know what I loved when I was growing up? When I was like around that age, like 12, the pants that zip down into shorts.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah. Can you imagine wearing those as a grown up?
Honestly, they'd be awesome, though, in the summertime.
They kind of would be cool.
I loved plaid.
Plaid.
Bottoms.
Yeah. Oh.
Not up top, brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing Isaiah loves more than the riot is himself.
Someone who probably still lives with his mother and hates himself.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Do you agree with this, Isaiah, that just about everybody first of all, everybody knows themselves well? Because I would say that I agree with all the upgrades. If you sent a picture of before and after, that the after the upgrade, it is an upgrade.
Yeah.
But I'd also say this, that like the before isn't that bad.
The before, everybody always thinks their before is worse than it is.
Yeah. It's not that the before was bad. It is worse in comparison to the after, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Also, what I'm seeing is we're getting a lot of gals texting in with different various upgrades, and for guys, it's all either beard or no beard. It's the only thing we can do.
That's all we've got.
Yeah, that's all we've got. If it's not the beard, if you're a guy, you want to change your appearance, you can grow a beard or take away a beard. Other than that, apparently there's nothing else you can do. You're just stuck looking the way you look.
And that's the only thing the guys go to.
Yeah.
It's their main go-to of facial change.
But I think that shouldn't be that. Like, as a guy, you could drastically change your fashion and still like continue living life. But that could be for a lot of guys, that could be the biggest upgrade you could make.
Oh, getting some good clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a huge difference.
Just simply going from, for some, not for everybody, I don't think this will work, for going from just t-shirt to collared shirt, I think can make a huge difference for guys. You just look a little more professional, probably a little more uncomfortable, but that would be a big upgrade for you.
You know what I think is a huge one, especially clothing-wise, and this is something that I figued out, is there's certain brands that are going to make you look better because of your body type. And so if you're like some people think that it's only like bigger people like need shirts to make them look skinnier, but also really skinny people need shirts to make them look bigger too. And so it's just like the combination of everybody wants to look a certain way, and there's certain brands of clothing that can help you look more so that way.
What brand? So what brands?
I know
are good
exactly
for
what
skinny
mine
guys?
is.
Yeah, what's the skinny
I mean,
guys?
I don't know, but for everybody, it's all differently. I have these shirts called built shirts that make me look really good.
Yeah.
And then I rock crew necks all the time because I'm kind of a little guy. But crew necks give me a little extra bulk.
Oh, that's smart.
A little more respect in public when I walk around.
Here's what I've noticed, actually, and this is probably subconscious, that because I don't work out, I'm not a big guy, skinny fat, some might say, but I've got small arms. My biceps, pathetic, and so I need shirts that hide that.
Yes.
And so that's why during the colder months, as soon as it hits, September, I'm throwing on a flannel over top of my t-shirts, and I'll rock that.
All of a sudden, what's under there? They don't know.
Nobody even knows.
You don't know.
The size, much less of an issue. And the sweatshirts too. Love throwing sweatshirts on.
Give that a little extra juice in there. That little extra juice.
So that's why before polo season returns, I need to start doing some curls.
Oh yeah, that's why you're getting ready for the summertime.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're all in for it this summer. But
That's right.
figuring out the clothing that fits you best.
Show.
Yeah, they get ready for the gun show. Yeah, the clothing that fits you best can be a big upgrade for people. But yeah, mainly people always think that they looked horrible years ago. But the thing is too, this is what's wild, is there's a long time in your life where you always think that you're looking your best. Like 4 years ago, now looking back, I looked ridiculous. But at that time, I've never looked better. 20-year-old me, that was the best I've ever looked.
When you were wearing those Dan Flash's shirts, you thought you looked real slick.
You thought you looked so good.
Yeah.
When you were 16 years old and you had on something crazy, you thought that you were hot stuff. And that's what's really wild, is at what point in your life do you reach that point where you're like, you know what? 3 years ago was really my prime.
When I was in middle school wearing Hawaiian shirts unbuttoned with this pants that zip off into shorts, orange, by the way, I thought I was.
You thought women were craving you.
Well, I was like 13, so I was barely there yet, but I sure thought I looked good.
Oh yeah, when I was like
whoever
16,
I was trying to impress.
When I was 16 years old, rocking like plaid shorts down to what felt like my ankles now. So long, I thought that I was just hot stuff, and that so continues now.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.